Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Flaws, and in this video we're going to be going over Brimstone smokes and mollies on Haven. We're going to be starting on the attacker side, and then we're going to move to the defender side. Over towards the A site for the attackers, you can actually molly Heaven by coming in banana, jumping on top of these sandbags like this, pushing yourself in the corner. There's actually this tile that's a little bit more out than the rest of them, so just come to the bottom right corner of that tile, pull out your molly, shoot it like that. This one's actually going to get in Heaven, and anyone on the right side that's hiding in the back will also have to be pushed out. So it's really good if you guys are taking the site, and you should be using this. You may actually prefer this lineup for Heaven. You just jump up on the sandbags, jump one more time. Just make it so you can see the fire basically right here, and aim at the left side. Shoot your molly off on the left side of that fire, just like I did right there. That's just going to land in Heaven a little bit quicker than the other one actually, but the lineup's just a little bit more difficult to get to. So you guys can choose which one you like, but I prefer this one. If you want to molly Heaven from short, what you can actually do is back yourself against this wall. You'll see about 2/3 or half of this golden circle, just right about there. Aim in the middle of this metal piece and jump shoot. What this does is basically it doesn't expose yourself. Like a lot of people will just peek out and then shoot their molly, and that just risks them dying, which you don't need to do in this case. It also gets that far right corner, so you guys can use this in your games without having to die from the person Heaven. You can actually molly a lot from A short, even though it seems like it's a lot of difficult angles to clear out. Push against this corner at the bottom of A short. You'll see right here there's this corner of the box. Just aim like that. Shoot your molly off. That's going to clear this close left corner, as you can see like that. If you want to clear the close right corner for people coming out long, what you can do, just do the same one for Heaven, and then as you can see the circle right there, jump up from the middle of the box. So just like that. Gonna bounce and then clear out this corner. This way it doesn't get your teammates coming up as well, so they can just run up with it. Anybody that's in this corner has to be pushed out. So this way you can just clear out those close corners that are really annoying to deal with. If you want to cut off the rotates from A long, what you can do, push over to this right corner. You're going to see right here there's this window. Just come to the left side of the window. There's a yellow line on the wall behind it. Just come to the bottom of the yellow line. Shoot your molly off like that. The reason you kind of line this one up a little bit better is because it'll actually have more of a molly space for people to walk into instead of people just jumping right over it. This way anyone rotating in the site, if they want to push fast, they're going to be taking damage. If you think you have a huge advantage while taking the actual site, a kind of cool molly you can do is while you're pushing up on this right wall, maybe you got 2 kills on the A site or something really quickly. You push up against this right wall, you'll see that there's this big wall to the left of the actual site building. Just come to the bottom of this roof height, just like that, and aim in the middle of this wall right here. So just like this. While you're running, shoot your molly off. This way you can plant. This molly, what it's going to do is cut off the beat it A rotate. It's really cool to use like in the middle of a round because the people behind this are just going to be trapped and they just have to wait your molly out, or they're just going to take damage for no reason. So it's really good to use if you guys have a huge advantage while taking the A site. If you're planning in the default position right here, or planning for long and short, obviously you can fall back after you plant it. You can play time, maybe you're in a 1v1, just shoot a molly off the wall like this. Very standard, nothing really crazy to it. That's just going to molly off your plant spot. If you don't want to be exposed while you're shooting that molly off, what you can actually do is push up against the wall like this, push up right against the sandbags, aim at the top corner of this roof right here, crouch down, shoot your molly off like that. This one's just going to take a little bit more time to land. It does the exact same thing, but it's just a little bit more safe to actually use this one. So you guys can use either or, but this one's just a little bit more safe. Just keep in mind when you guys are planning, plan for after plant positions. So if you plant it right here, obviously, when they go to defuse it, you have no line of sight when you're actually fighting this person. Maybe you can spam the wall and get a kill there, but it's a lot better to plant out in the open, like right here, because the person either has to commit to defusing the bomb or to fighting you. So it basically makes them have a lot more difficult decision in this case. So after plants, just maybe this spot might be one of the best. Obviously this default spot you can turn it while you place it, and that's going to just plant it more for long in the short area. So it just basically gives you a little bit more opportunity to move around in the after plant and confuse your opponents. I hope you guys don't have to use this in your games, but if you plant in this corner right here, obviously you can plant it like that. Maybe it's like a 1v4 or something ridiculous, and there's like not a high chance of you actually winning the round. You can obviously back up here. Maybe you're just going for a save. You can do a little cheeky like molly from this corner right here by aiming in this indent in the woods, so right here in the corner left of it. Shoot your molly off. Hopefully you get the timing right. Basically what this is going to do is land in that spot And then I'll show you right here. Anyone that's defusing hopefully will take some damage, either fall off, maybe you win by timing, or maybe you actually get the kill here. So it's just something to keep in mind. Hopefully you guys don't have to use this in your games, but it might get you a win once in a while. A really cool idea you can do with Brimstone is if you have your ultimate while you're taking the A site, you can actually molly heaven, and then you can use your ultimate and kind of push the person into that corner of heaven. So you can use it like right about there, or maybe a little bit back. So just like that. That way the person in heaven will see, oh, this is actually safe in this corner. But with the molly up, they either have to fall back from this heaven position through the entire ultimate and probably will die, or they push into the corner here in heaven, and then they're going to die to your Molotov. So it's really cool. You guys can cover a little bit more space with your Molotov and your ultimate. Over on the A site, as Brimstone, what you can do is push up right against this wall at the start. You'll see that this box right here, just put like the bottom of your circle right in the middle of the box like that. At the start of the round, you can pop that up, get close to it. You can see towards heaven, this right one right here that's kind of faded away, that one's the actual window. And then towards CT or defender side, you can put your smoke right here. Make sure you guys cover this left wall more than the right. I'll show you why in a second. Smoke's down. But you can put that smoke up, so just like this. Heaven's cleared, you clear this close angle, then wrap on the site. This smoke's really good because it's actually a really strong spot for defenders to play in, but if they're playing that position, it's obviously smoked out. You can do the same thing from short with this molly maybe. So you get your molly like that. Then you have to clear, heaven's gonna be smoked, backside smoked, clear this close angle right here, clear the close long angle, and then you can plant. And this way, you don't have to worry about retakes coming in before you actually get the bomb down. If you're taking middle as Brimstone at the start of the round, what you can do is you'll see right here, there's actually the part of the actual site you can see. Just aim at the left side of the site and put it right there on the top. And then Omen or Jet or someone else can smoke the actual normal front part of the site. So round starts, you pop that open. You can see on the left side of the site's the best because when you're swinging from the right, the left side's the most open, and then it's obviously covered after that. This way you can just get close up on the site. If you have Omen, maybe puts a smoke here as well. That way you can use your other two smokes to cover off the rotates. So put a smoke right here, maybe one towards A. This way when you're hitting the site, those are covered off. You just have to clear these close angles. Then you can get a plant off. After the actual plant goes off and you're playing late round, what you can do is come back in this window, and you'll see right here there's this like corner of the wall. Just aim in it and walk forward and shoot. This molly is just, it makes it so you don't have to peek basically, and that's just gonna be a molly for the after plant. The B site has a lot of difficult angles to clear out because it's so open, but you can Molotov the actual rotates in by just pushing up against this box while crouching, aim in the middle of this wall right here, and make this wall and this door frame just have a little bit of a crack between it. So that's gonna molly off the rotate on the C side. Over on the A side, what you can do is just aim between these two vents right here, so right in the middle, get your molly off the wall like that. That's just gonna land for the A rotate. So with these mollies, what you can do is just ultimate the back of sight, like this. Obviously, if they come off this side, they're going to be going through your ultimate and the molly to get to safety. Same thing with this side. It's going to land somewhere right around there. They have to go through your ultimate and then the molly, or they just don't go through the molly and push you in sight. But that way, you just have a free kill basically because they're running through an ultimate and a molly. So just keep this in mind if you guys are taking the site. It makes it a lot easier. Over towards C, you can Molotov the back left side of the site by pushing this box to the wood. So right there, line it up like that. You'll see right here, there's the top of the tree, and then there's like these leaves right here. Just go to the biggest one to the right of it, so right here. Go to the tip of it, and shoot your molly off like that. So that's going to hit the back of the site, as you can see right here. It's not going to get the very back, so keep that in mind, guys. The main point of this Molotov is anyone that's hiding in these angles, this angle, and holding like this. They're either going to have to like fall back to this site and have to fight you if you're pushing front site, or they're going to have to jump up like this and also fight you if you're pushing front site. So basically this gives you an opportunity just to kill this guy holding this angle without having to swing on him and risking getting killed from here. So this way you can just kill this guy, plant the bomb, and then play your after plant positions. You can molly off the rotates coming into C by backing up into this corner. You'll see the darkest part of this mountain, so right here where it ends. You shoot your molly right there. This way when you're taking the site, people that are rotating in will either have to take damage or they just have to wait behind this Molotov. If I'm taking C, I like to split the site with my smokes. The best smoke I think is on the very top of your map that you can use. Just put a smoke right there, and then you're gonna put one on the right side of the site. Now if your team's in connector, I wouldn't say use this one, but if your teammates die in connector, you can just put one right there like that.
Smoke's down.
And with these smokes, when you're taking the site, basically it's just gonna block off any angles of people that can kill you by pushing through on the retake. You can also use this smoke in the back of site to kind of get a cool angle on anyone that's pushing in from the actual retake. You can also use the back of the smoke, but this really just gets you a lot of positioning so you can plant the bomb and then just play after plants. Over towards C, a really good ultimate you can do is late round when they're starting to rotate back in. You can ultimate this connector area right here between B and C, or the B to the C connector, so right here. Ultimate like that. What that's going to do is basically force anyone to jump out this window or just push right into the actual C site, and anyone backside could just find a free kill. So it's really good if you guys know they're going to get set up for the actual retake. You can just use this one and then hopefully force them out of their positions. Brimstone doesn't have a lot of abilities to actually hold a site, but he's really good at retaking sites. So retaking over at A, what you can do is push up against this box. If you want to clear this corner right here on the other side of the wall, you can aim where these two roofs meet, so right there. Shoot your molly off like that. If you want to clear out this closed right corner, you can aim where this T is in the wood, just aim right in the middle. Shoot a molly off like that. So that first one clears that corner, the second one clears this closer corner. Basically this is just to get those really annoying angles that are really close out of the way, and that way you can actually use your smoke, put one right there, put one towards long. Obviously these are, one of these is mollied off, so maybe your close angle is mollied off, you know that's cleared. You can just swing on this, clear under, and then obviously these are smoked out. So you guys can use this while you're retaking, and Brimstone's really good for that. I think that Brimstone's best spot he can play is actually on the B site, because at the start of the round, you can use your smokes towards A, you can use it towards C long, and you can even use it towards window if you want to. But if any teammate has trouble holding their site at the start of the round, you can actually just use these, pop them down at the start of the round, as you can see on the minimap, or you can see them in game if you guys really want. But what this is going to do is just help your teammates very early at the start of the round, and if Brimstone dies on B, it's not that big of a deal because Brimstone retaking B isn't very useful anyway. He doesn't have a lot of angles he can actually molly out, unless they push very deep into the back of the site. And the only thing that's really good for Brimstone is his ultimate while they're taking the site. So even if he backs up, he could just ultimate the front of the site. But that's why I think Brimstone's the best on B site. Something that's really cool that's not just for Brimstone is at the start of the round, if you guys are playing middle, you can either hit M or your caps lock key by default and just ping right at the start of the round where the actual opening is. And then you can just aim basically at head level, and once the round starts, just spam this area and you might just get a free kill through the wall. C is also not a bad site for Brimstone to play on because at the start of the round you can obviously use your utility. Brimstone's not great for holding a site when the actual hit comes in, so he can deny information right there at the start. He can also just put a smoke towards middle if he really wants, help his connector play a little bit more. If you guys are playing really late in the round, this might help you out a little bit. If you guys are rotating into C, you can push yourself right against this wall like this. You'll see your hit is the top of the building and the wire. Just put your crosshair right in the middle and shoot your molly off like this. What this does is basically just anyone in this cubby position, it's going to molly off the deep part of it. It won't get this close part, so just keep that in mind. But it does make this angle a lot less favorable for this person playing in it. If you're playing in the back of C and you know they're about to hit the site, what you can do is basically just aim at the top of this tarp right here, the crease in it, and just shoot your molly off like that. That's just going to slow their push down, or if they're pushed up in front of it, it's going to do some damage to the guys that are behind it. Also, when you guys are retaking the site, what you can do is if you know that they're already in the front of the site, you can smoke like this, put one right there and one like this, and basically when you pop this open, you can swing on the planter like this and just get that free kill. Anyone that's holding down long, maybe they have a guy that's holding like the back of long for this person to peek, they're obviously just going to be smoked out. Even if they push to the left like this, they're just basically out of the round, and you can easily get a free kill onto that planter. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. Leave a comment of what agents you guys want to see in the future. If you guys want to see more Valorant videos, consider subscribing. Otherwise, flaws out.